If you don't want to end up like everyone else, broke, stressed, stuck in an ever-ending cycle, you need a side hustle. But here's the thing, once people start a side hustle, some of them just create another job for themselves. They end up working longer hours, feeling even more exhausted and still not building real wealth. And then there are other people who using their side hustle to make their first $1 million. So what's the difference? As a self-made side hustle millionaire, I can tell you this truth. A side hustle is not about selling extra time for money, even if that time pays at a higher hourly rate. A real side hustle is about getting your first deal and scale it into a real wealth. Once I figured that out, I did it one time, and then I know I can do it again and again at a scale. So out of everything in the world of side hustle, I believe the most important thing is choose the right direction. And this video is tell you how. For choosing a right direction, one single word that is absolutely important is scalability. So what does scalability mean? It's actually very simple. If you are working on a low scalability side hustle, you might make money pretty fast at the beginning. Let's say you spend 100 hours and make $10,000. That sounds pretty good, right? That's like $100 an hour. But the problem is that if you want to make $100,000, you need to put in another 900 hours. And if you want to make your first $1 million from that side hustle, you have to put 10,000 hours. That's the essence of low scalability, which means that the income grows almost linearly as a function of time. But if you choose the right direction, the story will be totally different. Let's say you start a little slower. For example, maybe you spend 300 hours to make your first $10,000. At first glance, it seems that it's worse than the first example. But the real power is that because your side hustle has a scalability, we'll talk about detail later, that the time it takes to go from $0 to $10,000 can be roughly the same as the time it takes to go from $10,000 to $100,000. If your side hustle model is right with high scalability, you spend 300 hours to go from $0 to $10,000. And another 300 hours will put you to a category of $100,000. And you need another 300 hours to go from $100,000 to $1 million. That's exactly what I did and how I made my first million with a side hustle. So here's my framework. We can put almost every side hustle into 4 quadrants. Stick to the end, the last category of side hustle has the real potential to put you into a side hustle millionaire category. There are 2 axes. The vertical axis is earning speed. The horizontal axis is scalability. So category 1, fast money but low scalability. This is the top left quadrant. The side hustle includes, for example, personal training, personal consulting, photography, tutoring. The key characteristics of this side hustle is that you can charge a decent amount. In fact, the hourly rate can be even higher than what you make at your full-time job. But the problem is that this kind of business is very hard to scale. You work more, you make more. You stop working, the income stops. The bottom left quadrant is slow money, slow scalability. Those side hustle includes, for example, baked goods, artwork, holiday gift boxes, and handmade candles. The problem with this kind of side hustle is that you are not only hard to scale, but also slow to make money because you have to spend time to make those products and you have to pay for the material and the market is pretty local. So this is not a very good side hustle. This kind of side hustle are usually better described as monetarized hobbies. The category 3 has a high scalability but a low earning speed, which is at the bottom right quadrant. Those include, for example, Amazon FBA products, Shopify store, print on demand, and dropshipping. So in theory, you can sell this to a large number of people, and the ceiling is very high. But they are slow money because the profit margin, first of all, is low. And second, you really need to invest upfront in inventory, advertising, or product testing. So this kind of side hustle are scalable, but they are slow money. The last category is the most important. The top right quadrant is fast money, high scalability. This is the quadrant that I am in. Example includes, for example, online courses, YouTube channels, social media management, content creation, digital product. What makes this model very powerful? First of all, because you are creating digital content, the profit margin is very high. Second, you can create one time and sell to many people, so the scalability is also very high. So here's my story. Before I started this channel, I have 2 Chinese language channels. And those 2 channels actually create a meaningful amount of income for me. So what did I do? As a university professor, what I did was very simple. I teach people how to focus and how to learn English and turn them into courses. When I first prepare and record my courses, I spent 100 hours. At this stage, I didn't look very efficient. But over the past 3 years, I have continued to generate income again and again. Sometimes I was out traveling, my phone suddenly pop up with notifications, there are a few more sales. When I wake up in the morning, my phone sends me notifications of sales. That's the power of this scalability. Because when only one person bought my course, I had effectively spent 100 hours to make $200. But when 1,000 people bought it, the math changed completely. At that time, on average, it was almost like I spent an hour to make $2,000. And as my social media grows, exponentially more people will buy. The original time cost keeps getting diluted, and the marginal cost of each additional sale gets lower and lower. That is the side hustle worth building. So if you are thinking about starting a side hustle, don't just take one question, what makes money fast? You should be asking a better question, which is what makes money fast and also scalable. I'm Professor Fang. I will see you next time.